Hello lovelies, how are we? It's Thursday before I've even recorded anything of this week's vlog. It's Lesley. Not quite enough time, obviously. I was at my dad's for a few days. He's had a bit of a setback, had a virus and it knocked him back a bit, so we've been taking it in turns to spend a bit of time there. He seems to be recovering well, so that's all good. Whilst there, finished my hand spun mitts. Fraternal twins, as I said they would be. So they feel pretty good. It feels like the first kind of proper thing I've made with my hand spun, because other things I've made, I've been using up some of the early hand spun, which was very thick, very heavy, whereas this feels like proper yarn. Not entirely consistent in thickness, but certainly consistent enough to make these, so that feels good. And I think I'm going to keep them on because we've gone from very warm weather to very damp and cold weather. All things are relative. I am talking from a British perspective, which means it's a little bit chilly and therefore the jumpers are out and all of that, but yes, I'm a softy southerner when it comes to UK weather, so. Hope everyone's doing okay. Thank you for all your comments and thoughts. Thank you for all the very positive response to the Black History Month giveaway. I will record tomorrow who won last week's prize and announce this week's designer. But book, the next one I'm going to talk about is Black British Lives Matter, which is by Lenny Henry and Marcus Ryder. And for those who didn't see last week's podcast vlog and have no idea what I'm talking about, it's Black History Month in the UK. I realise it's other months in other countries. And so each week I'm talking about a book that feels like a useful resource if you want to learn more about British Black history or British Black life. And I'm also giving away a pattern prize from a black designer, a black British designer. So this book, it's a selection of essays talking about contributions to British life, and it's from all different fields. So there's a section why black British comedians matter, why British black historians matter, why Black British police officers matter. You know, there are a number of different sections. Excuse me. So it's a collection of essays talking about contributions to British life. So that could be science, it can be arts, it can be the law, it can be social issues. So quite a mixture of essays, very interesting. Very good collection of people, compiled and edited by Lenny Henry and Marcus Ryder. As an aside, Lenny Henry's autobiography, which I think is called Who Am I Again, also very worthwhile read. For those outside the UK, you may not know who Lenny Henry is. He is a comedian, actor, activist, writer. Initially came into public awareness as a comedian and impressionist, but has sort of expanded his career since then, and also documentary maker now. So interesting guy, lots of interesting things that he's discovered and found out, and this is a book talking about a wide range of Black British experience. So if that's something you're interested in, that's my suggestion for this week. What else are we up to? My bog coat. Sorry, that's a real gear change, wasn't it? Let's talk about something really important like Black History Month and Black British history. And now we talk about something called a bog coat. Cranking gear change. It's turning into an absolute beast of a project in a good way. I thought I was making a jacket, but I can't stop myself, so I'm making a coat, and I rather like it. More to be revealed at month end, but it will be a very cosy wear. It'll be a ridiculously heavy wear, I'm sure, which will be a reason not to use it, but I think I will. I'm rather fond. So life-wise, like I say, a few days at my dad's. He's doing pretty well. Feeling a lot of fatigue and that sort of thing, which, excuse me, after a virus you get, so that's to be expected. So I was just really there in case he needed anyone overnight, helping out where I could. And like I say, all the sisters have taken turns at that, but he's now back to living on his own with his lifeline button and carers coming in twice a day, but he's doing pretty well. What else is going on? Not a lot. I'm really tired this week. Again, must be a time of year or something, but yeah, not much else happening. That's a bit sad, isn't it? I have some things because I have recently had a birthday and people buy me pretty things which I have trouble getting hold of. One moment, caller. So I will share with you the yarny things what I have got. And we have here a beautiful bat of fibre from Hairy Dog Crafts, which a friend got for me. And it's got a bit of sparkle in, and it's merino with glitter and bamboo. So that's very pretty and very soft. So I'm looking forward to making some pretty yarn. Also, himself got me some fibre. Now this is from Witch Crafty Lady, no surprise there. And this is one of her sit and spin packs. So what Almas does is she drafts the fibre for you and makes these little pieces that you don't have to do much with. So you're not doing all the pulling apart of the fibre and drafting it and that sort of thing. It's all drafted for you and you just have to, as the name suggests, sit and spin. So that is what I shall do with great joy. Pretty colours here. Colourway is called Sweet Dreams. And you see we've got a good mixture, a lot of lovely kind of reddy browns with some greens and oranges and some sort of into the purples. So lovely colour selection. Just do this up. If my dexterity at doing this up is anything to go by, I need as much help as possible drafting that, so that's good. Also, he bought me some yarn. Well, before my birthday, Almas had put a post or two on Instagram to say that she was clearing her shop out. She had sort of finished her shows for the year, was having a bit of a stock clearance. And I always say that sport isn't a standard weight in the UK. It is sometimes. So these are Corriedale sport weights. And you can see I have a selection of colours here. So I've got this plum, red wine, garnet, lime, turquoise and lapis. I have a couple of other of her Corriedale sport yarns that himself got me, I think, for Christmas last year. So I think I have a sweater quantity here for something with a good stripes vibe to it. It's made me very happy. So I shall be a busy girl when I finish the Beast of the Bog Coat. And also my dad's second pair of mittens, because I said I would make him another pair so that he's got one to put in the wash and one to wear, if you see what I mean. And I'm doing them slightly, I'm putting a longer cuff on them so that they stay more comfortably on his wrist. Also, they'll hopefully stay a bit better because I'm doing the next pair in a wool, superwash wool, so you can still sling them in the washing machine, but they will have greater elasticity, because the first pair I made was with some acrylic. And there's my phone. Where was I? I was answering the phone, obviously. Yes, sport yarn, very happy. Gloves, that's what I was talking about. Yes, so I'm making his next pair out of a superwash wool, so that they'll have a bit more elasticity and be a little warmer, I think, as we get towards the colder months. I will probably make him a thicker pair as well, a double knitting weight pair, and then that will probably be it for the moment. We'll see how we go, and you know what he needs. I have also said, because he really is feeling the cold, because he's just not as active as he used to be, about potentially making him a hat. He says he's got a hat, so we'll see on that one. It's an option. We'll see. Oh, look at all these lovely yarns. Well, as the phone's been ringing, I'd better go and do some work. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. Day later, same sweater. You'll see this one a lot. This was a skein deer pattern. You see the floof or pure fuzz? I can't remember which. But it's very useful. Anyway, I digress. Well, thank you to everyone who took part in the draw for a pattern last week. The patterns last week up for grabs were by Jeanette Sloan. The winner was Susan from Wild Cottage, Ireland. I will link her podcast below because Susan is a podcaster. She works with a lot of Irish yarns, a lot of naturally dyed yarns. She makes some great things. And she had looked through the patterns and she decided that the storyteller wrap was the one that caught her eye the most. So that has been sent over to her. So thanks everyone for taking part, and congratulations to Susan. This month's designer is, I hope I pronounce this this name correctly, so forgive me if I don't, but the designer is Susanna BA. I'll put it on screen, and again apologies if I'm mispronouncing Susanna's surname. As we had a knitwear designer last week, I thought we'd go for a crochet designer this week. So I will link her Ravelry designer page below. And Susanna designs clothing, accessories, household items. So there's a good range. I think there's a lot of patterns there. There are a lot of patterns there. So hopefully there'll be something there that catches your eye. Have a look through them. Different levels of skill required as well. So for those of you who perhaps aren't confident crocheters, this is a chance to perhaps stretch yourself a little, but you don't have to go for something too complicated. There are some nice straightforward designs there as well. Now Susanna is a new designer to me as well, and that's part of the beauty of this project this month, that I'm discovering people that I haven't come across before. So delighted to discover her patterns, delighted to highlight them to you, and good luck in the draw. So again, if you could in your comment put in the letters BHM for Black History Month and let me know which design, which pattern would appeal to you, then I will get that to you via Ravelry. I forgot to put an end date on it last week. I mean, it's fairly logical as it's a weekly podcast anyway, but if you could let me know if you could put your comment on by the end of Thursday, which will be the 19th of October, and I will draw the winner on Friday the 20th, so next week's podcast. And good luck. Thank you, everyone. So what does this week hold? Quiet weekend. Not too much work to do. I've caught up, so that's good. And I'm leaving Dad in peace this weekend, so I mean, I'll ring him, but he can have a quiet one too. And yeah, hopefully going out and about. Wednesday next week, I'm meeting one of you lovelies again. And again, for those who are worried, this is not me turning up on a random doorstep. This is a pre-arranged meeting. I will be meeting the lovely Brenda, who is travelling to the UK. Excuse me. So I'm very much looking forward to meeting her on Wednesday. That will be very exciting. And we will also be meeting someone else who I will probably talk about next week, because they may well be next week's designer of choice. We'll see. There are lots of choices and she may be one of them. So, but I don't want to put pressure on someone after meeting them for the first time that they then feel a bit fangirled, you know. But yeah, so that is very much looked forward to for next week. Apart from that, work, life, crafting, the usual stuff. So thank you all for being here. I hope everyone's well. Hope you're looking after yourselves. COVID appears to be on the rise again, so please do take care. I've known a few people that have picked it up, particularly when travelling. So please do look after yourselves. And I will see you next week. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.